What are you doing? It's been a long time since we've done a nighttime video. So I thought I would just check in with everybody and see how the new year is treating you. I'm doing kind of weird. I'm kind of struggling in the new year. Just got some anxious things going on. I'm struggling with the anxiety issue again. And just when I think I've got it under control, I've got a handle on it, it pops up and it's just ruining my life. You know, I have to retreat out. I'm out in the middle of the desert right now in an undisclosed location because when it pops up, I've just got to go. Um, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but, I thought I've had a handle on it for a while, but here I am talking to you in the middle of the night. I guess you're my counselor now. But anyway, I hope everyone is having a good beginning of the new year. Mine is kind of like a roller coaster. The end of the year was great. The first few days of the new year have been kind of iffy just because of this weird anxiety thing that pops up. It's it really is tough just talking about it. And what else is happening? Tomorrow, tomorrow I've got to get a handle on things because I'm going to meet some friends tomorrow that I have not seen since the Oregon meetup, and I'm excited to see them. And they are here in Quartzsite. I am just out of town, not too far away from where everything's popping in Quartzsite, but being in the middle of the town right now is just not working for me. Plus, there's some kind of flu going around in Quartzsite. It's got everybody all sick. I don't want to get it. I had to go into the grocery store today. I have a couple of old masks laying around somewhere. I can't find them. I tried to find them to put them on just to go into the store. Couldn't locate them. And I just kind of held my breath while I was in there. All I did was pick up some like cheese and bread and stuff and then rush back out of there. And as I was getting in the van going across the parking lot, somebody recognized me and yelled at me. But I was in such a hurry to get out of there. All I did was wave. Hope I didn't upset you or anything, but I was just in a hurry at the time. Okay, so back to the other topics of the video. I got a lot of stuff coming up this month. January is going to be huge. I did not go over to my new home base in California on the 1st of January like I said I was going to do. I'm going to do that later in the month, and I'm excited about it. It looks like it's going to work out. I talked to Anthony again. Anthony is my friend who has the property, and he said everything's cool. Quit stressing out about it. Yeah, all I got to do is just text him like a day before I want to go over there, and he can have the neighbor have the key out for me. So everything's cool with that. It's going to be so beneficial to me. I hope it is to him too. I've been pretty stressed about that. And also, I'm going into Mexico for my dental visit. I went last year, everything went great. But, I had like 3 fillings done and 2 crowns last year, and one of the fillings was never right. So I'm going to go back and get that fixed and get a cleaning and, x-rays, see what else they might find. Get that done. That'll be late January. But it's going to be a busy month, and just thinking about all the things I got to do just brings on this anxiety, and it's really ridiculous. I don't know why I am the way I am. I've got to get a handle on it because I don't even know if you get it or not, what I'm even talking about. If you have it, this anxiety thing, then you understand. I have never been to a doctor about it, but I'm really thinking about it's time to do it. I got a new healthcare plan this year from the healthcare marketplace on healthcare.gov, and it's a Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, which looks to be about as good as last year's plan, maybe a little better. It'll save me a little more money. The premium is only $10 a month. Can you believe that? All these years that I paid all those taxes and got no benefit from it, finally, a little Joe Smo like me is finally getting a tax subsidy. Out of all these years of my whole working life, paying all those taxes, I'm finally getting some benefit from it. I mean, just think of like all these companies like the oil industry, they get subsidies every year. And finally, a little guy like me is finally getting some help. It's great. So if you don't have health insurance, you may have waited too late. You better do it now. You were supposed to do it by December 30th to sign up for a health insurance plan from healthcare.gov. So maybe you can still do it. But I have talked about this every year for like 3 years in a row. I think the big video I did was when I was in Flagstaff, the first year I signed up for the health insurance plan. I didn't even know it was a thing until somebody told me. It used to be called Obamacare. And when it first came out, I heard horror stories about it. Like, oh, it's going to be the worst thing ever. Well, it turned out to be pretty good. About, 4 or 5 years later, I think they've got all the seams worked out, and it's pretty good. I've never had a health insurance plan this good. Even when I was working at my job, we used to have a plan through Cigna, which was total crap. What a piece of junk healthcare plan that was. And I paid so much money out of my check every 2 weeks for that plan. And it was worthless. Really worthless unless you had like a terrible car accident or something. But I think this year's plan is going to be pretty good. So I'll go and get my anxiety addressed and actually finally see a healthcare professional about it. Also, you see how this cheek's still red right here? This one's not as bad, but this one has that red patch. That's the rosacea. Anybody who is like from descendants of people from Scotland, like I am, Anglo, Scots-Irish, we all end up having it when we get over 50. And it's just where your cheeks stay red all the time, no matter what you do. So I did go to the dermatologist. I told you about that 3 weeks ago. Went all the way over to Buckeye, and he prescribed me this cream to put on it, and I'll do that tonight. I do it every night before I go to bed. And it could take months before it actually stops that. And it might not work. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's kind of embarrassing going around with a big rosy red patch on your cheek all the time. So that's another thing that's kind of got me anxious about, nobody wants to look like a freak with a big red patch on your cheek all the time. You want to be as attractive as possible. I know I'm not an attractive person, but, I don't want that flaring up on me. It's not eczema, it's called rosacea. I've known 3 people in Nashville that had it, and they just dealt with it. They said some days it doesn't happen and some days it does, and I've experienced the same thing. Some days it's not even noticeable, and then some days it's just no rhyme or reason about it. You would think, well, is it the sun? Not really. I think it's mostly the heat. If I get in the van and turn the heater on and get my face hot, then it flares up. But if I stay in the cooler weather, it's not that bad. So that's another thing that's bothering me. When I go to the dentist, I'll be so glad to get this filling fixed because I haven't really been able to chew crunchy foods on this side since I had that filling done. And I think I want to get veneers. See this tooth here? It's always been, look at that. I always had a little chip in the bottom. I don't know if you can notice it, but I think I want to get that fixed. I just feel unpresentable. You know what I mean? If you felt this way, then you'll understand what I'm feeling and why it's getting my anxiety all worked up. Because, you know, it's nothing really. I'm what, little rosy cheek, tiny little chip on the tooth. You can't even notice it hardly, but it bothers me, you know. And what was the other thing? My weight has been really crazy lately. I'd put on weight, then I'd take it off. I don't know what's going on with me. But right now, I mean, I'm looking at the camera. I look pretty thin. I look pretty healthy. But the other day, I looked at the video and I looked like I had put on like 15 pounds. So I don't know what's going on with me, but I don't know. Just maybe this will pass and everything will be good in a couple of weeks. But I haven't really gone through an issue with this anxiety flare up, just worrying about every little thing. I haven't done this in a long time. I thought I had beat it, you know. But what else are we going to talk about? I can't leave on a down note like that. I got to leave on something positive. I guess the positive thing is I'm in a van and I'm free. How about that? I'm living free. The van's running good. I'm actually going to clean the place up and organize and dust. That'll make me feel better, you know, just feeling productive. But anyway, I guess for the next couple of weeks, just keep me in your thoughts because I'm struggling out here right now. I guess it's mostly just psychological. But I got to get it together because I got friends to meet. This is January in the desert. And this is the time where you meet people you haven't seen in a year because we don't meet in the summer. We're all in different places. So this is the time I need to be catching up with people and enjoying companionship and just having fun. And the last few days, something just came over me. So, wow, I have rambled on for a long time. I can't believe this video is going this long. But I'll wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for watching. Take care, be well, and smash the bell.